Welcome to an overview of human organ systems. This will be helpful for both review in lab and lecture. To begin, we need to look at the different levels of organization. The human body is made up of over 60 trillion cells. However, these cells cannot function independently. They must be grouped together in larger structures in order for the human body to function properly. Let's take a look at the levels of organization of the human body. We know that the human body is organized at 6 main levels of organization. We begin with the atom, and then we reach a cellular level. Cells are grouped together to form tissues. Different tissue types are grouped together to form organs. Organs and additional structures come to form organ systems. And then finally, when we group all of the organ systems together, we form the entire organism. So from simplest to most complex, we have the atom, cells, tissues, organs, organ systems, and then finally the complete organism. We can consider an example if we look at the cellular level, and the particular cell that we are going to investigate is the muscle cell. The muscle cell is made up of atoms, and these cells have a specialized function in that they are excitable or can be stimulated, and they function to contract. When we group like muscle cells together, we can form muscular tissue. If we group muscular tissue together with other structures, we can form an organ such as the stomach. If we group the stomach together with organs and other structures, we can form the digestive system. And when we combine the digestive system with the 11 other organ systems that exist in humans, we form the entire human organism. Atoms are the smallest unit into which matter can be divided, and they are made up of 3 subatomic particles: the proton, the neutron, and the electron. Protons are positively charged particles that are found within the nucleus of the atom. The neutron is electrically neutral. That means it has a charge of 0. It is also found within the nucleus of the atom. The third subatomic particle is the electron. The electron has a negative charge, and it is found in the electron cloud or shells surrounding the nucleus. When atoms are grouped together, they form cells. Cells are the basic structural and functional unit of living things. The human body has many specialized cells that serve specific functions. For example, we have epidermal cells that form a protective outer layering of the body. We have nerve cells, which can transmit electrical impulses. Muscle cells that are capable of contracting and producing movement. And immune cells that help to detect and destroy foreign pathogens. When groups of like cells are grouped together to perform a task, they form tissues. There are 4 major types of tissue in the human body. The first is epithelial tissue, which forms covering and lining surfaces in the body. For example, the image that we see here represents simple columnar tissue because we have one layer of cells and our cell shape is tall and rectangular, and the nucleus is oriented toward the base of the cell. The second major type of tissue is connective tissue. Connective tissue serves to support and protect our internal organs. Examples of connective tissue are cartilage, bone, blood, and reticular tissue. Muscular tissue is a special type of excitable tissue that is capable of contracting and relaxing, and in doing so, it can help to create movement. We have three types of muscle tissue. They are skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, and cardiac muscle. And finally, we have nervous tissue, which is a specialized excitable type of tissue that is capable of receiving and transmitting electrical nervous impulses. There are two types of nervous tissue. They are our neurons and neuroglia, which act as support tissue cells within the nervous system. When two or more tissues work together to perform a task, they then form an organ. There are approximately 79 organs in the human body. Examples of these organs include the brain, which is an organ made up of neurons that helps to control every major function of our body. We have the heart, which is a hollow muscular organ that is capable of pumping blood around the body. Our lungs are another hollow organ that functions to exchange gas between the human body and the environment. And another example of an organ is the kidney. The kidney is a bean-shaped organ that helps to filter our blood and remove harmful waste products from it. Now that we have a good understanding of the different levels of organization, the next thing that we'd like to look at are organ systems. There are 12 organ systems in the human body. An organ system is what is comprised of two or more different organs with additional structures working together to perform a specific task. The 12 human organ systems are the circulatory or cardiovascular system, the digestive system, the endocrine system, the renal or urinary system, the lymphatic and immune system, the integumentary system, the muscular system, nervous system, skeletal system, male reproductive system, female reproductive system, and the respiratory system. Let's take a look at these systems in order. So the first system that we'd like to look at is the circulatory or cardiovascular system. The cardiovascular system functions to move blood so that we can carry oxygen to tissues, nutrients to tissues, hormones to tissues, and it also serves to function to remove carbon dioxide and waste products from around the body. The main organs that make up the circulatory or cardiovascular system are the heart, blood, arteries, veins, and capillaries. The second system that we're going to look at is the digestive system. And the digestive system is a series of organs that are connected, each of which is hollow. And the function of this system is to allow our body to break down food so that we can absorb nutrients and remove waste products. The major organs of the organ system that makes up the digestive system are the mouth, the esophagus, the stomach, the small and large intestines, the rectum, and the anus. Next is the endocrine system. And the endocrine system is a collection of glands scattered throughout the body. The function of these glands is to secrete different hormones that help to regulate major body functions, such as growth and metabolism. Examples of major organs in this system include the pituitary gland or the master gland, the pineal gland, the thyroid gland, the pancreas, adrenal glands, and the ovaries and testes. The next system is our urinary or renal system. This is also called the excretory system. The main function of this system is to produce and eliminate a waste product called urea. Urea is the main breakdown product when we digest proteins. If it builds up in our body, it becomes extremely harmful to us. So the urinary or renal system performs a very important function by enabling us to remove this byproduct from our system. The major organs of the urinary, renal, or excretory system are the kidney, urinary bladder, and the urethra. The next system is the integumentary system. And the integumentary system is made up of the skin and its appendages, the hair, the nails, and specific glands. The integumentary system functions to act as a protective barrier between us and the external environment. It also helps to eliminate waste products, and it helps to regulate body temperature. It also acts as a physical barrier between us and harmful microorganisms. The next system is made up of two systems, really, and these are the lymphatic and immune systems. They function together, and we can consider them a part of the same system. First, we'll look at the immune portion. The main function of the immune system is to act as the body's natural defense system. So the immune system is on guard for circulating pathogens, and pathogens are harmful microorganisms such as bacteria, viruses, and protozoa. The major components of the immune system are white blood cells or lymphocytes, the thymus, the spleen, red bone marrow, and lymph nodes. Next, let's consider the muscular system. Did you know that you have over 650 muscles that help in movement, blood flow, and other bodily functions such as digestion? The muscular system helps us to perform a variety of functions, and it is comprised of skeletal muscle, which is voluntary muscle or muscle that we can move at will, smooth muscle, which is found in hollow organs such as those of our digestive tract, and finally cardiac muscle. And cardiac muscle makes up the actual heart. The next organ system that we can look at is the nervous system. And the nervous system is a very fast reacting system. In fact, it is the first system that reacts when there is a detectable change in our body. The nervous system functions by sending signals throughout the body, and it controls voluntary actions such as our ability to consciously move, and it also controls involuntary actions like breathing and our heartbeat. The major organs that make up the nervous system are the brain and the spinal cord, which make up our central nervous system. And then we have a network of nerves that run throughout our body and facilitate this system's function. Our next system is the respiratory system. And the respiratory system allows us to take in oxygen from the air and expel carbon dioxide and water vapor. The major organs within the respiratory system are the lungs, the diaphragm, and the trachea. Next, we have the skeletal system. So our skeletal system is made up of bones, tendons, ligaments, cartilage, and the bone marrow. And the main function of the skeletal system is to provide shape, support, and protection for the body. In conjunction with our muscular system, the skeletal system allows gross body movements and fine body movements. And another major important function of the skeletal system is to produce red blood cells, and it acts as a repository or storage area for important minerals. The next system that we can consider is the male reproductive system. The male reproductive system allows for sexual reproduction. And in males, the gamete, or the sex cell that is produced, is known as the sperm. The major organs of the male reproductive system are the testes and the penis. And finally, our female reproductive system, which is represented by the figure on the right, allows for sexual reproduction and for the production of offspring. In the female reproductive system functions to produce an egg, and it has specific structures that allow for sperm and egg to come together. So the major organs in the female reproductive system are the ovaries, the uterus, and the vagina. This wraps up our discussion of organ systems. If you have any questions, please drop a note into my inbox. Please review this video for lecture and lab, as it will be helpful for understanding some of our future topics of discussion.